Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's Otaku Heaven coming at you with another manga review. Today I'll be reviewing the manga chapter of One Piece 797. This manga chapter starts off with Usopp and everyone running to the Eastport. The reason I called out Usopp's name is because what Usopp did in this first couple of chapters nobody might have noticed, but it actually confused me because out of the whole town of Dressrosa and out of the whole One Piece, basically, from what I know, Usopp is the best at running away. He runs away better than anybody in the whole manga. So I don't know if this is showing character progression or not, but he cags on the way running out when no one else does, and he's, like I said, he's better at running away than anybody else. So that kind of shocked me a bit. But he might have just been trying to do some things like Scooby Doo and Shaggy, like where they would be running away from a person trying to play as a ghost, and then they cag and fall, and then basic scary movie stuff or scary cartoon stuff to add a little bit of comedy or something along those lines. But it confused me because that's not the style of character Usopp is, especially when running away. But then we got to see what Luffy went back for. The reason that he turned around and faced all the marine opposition, including Fujitora, that we didn't know he was gonna run off until now. But anyhow, Fujitora was basically chasing after the people at the Eastport while the Marines were chasing after Luffy. Luffy went back to the castle to check on Rebecca to make sure that Rebecca was actually doing what she wanted because Cairo said that he was a prince of some foreign country, so that everyone would allow Rebecca to take her place and be the queen of the kingdom if she so chose to do that. Well, Luffy went back to make sure that that was what she wanted to do, and that wasn't what she wanted to do. So Luffy took Rebecca and escaped. The Marines thought that, or not the Marines, but the soldiers of Dressrosa thought that they were trying to kidnap Rebecca, and that they said they would never trust a pirate again because of this. And what Luffy did was dropped her off behind the hill over towards Kairos, and then ran away, getting everyone's attention. And we got to see Law's missing and Luffy's missing from everybody that's going to the Eastport. And I don't really know what Law's doing. I don't remember. I might have missed something last chapter. But Luffy's got to catch up because Fujitora just arrived at the ship, and Bartolomeo is pretty much the only one there with any kind of real power. So I don't think he's really going to take on Fujitora. I mean, Sai and Boo could help, maybe Cavendish, but I don't know. We got to see Rebecca and Kairos meet back up, and Rebecca basically telling her, "You're my one and only father. Well, don't leave me again. I want to spend my life with you." And that was a really sad moment. You know how Ichiro likes to get at you. But we got I don't know. It was just confusing the whole Usopp thing. That's what really got me out of this whole chapter, and how Fujitora. What's going to happen with Fujitora because Fujitora could have easily dismissed the majority of the guys that are there right now. Well, Zoro's there, but he's already had a fight with Pika. He's not really wounded, but you know, he's just fucking Fujitora. Which could actually link back to the opening. If you remember the opening, you've seen Zoro and Fujitora fighting, and you've seen Sanji and Kizaru fighting, and the beginning opening of Dressrosa, not the one right now. If you go back and rewatch that, it's the opening before last. You can see them. So that might actually be coming to fruition pretty soon, which would be very interesting because I think that would be a badass thing to see if Sanji and them came back and then met up at Dressrosa with the crew, or somewhere between Dressrosa and Sanji had to wind up fighting Kizaru and Zoro fighting Fujitora, and Luffy fighting Akainu. That would It's either gonna happen at Zo. If it is gonna happen, it's gonna happen at Zo or somewhere between the Dressrosa arc and the Zo arc, which, like I said, would be pretty badass. But overall, this chapter had a little bit of plot progression, but we didn't see too much. We did get a pretty heart wrenching segment there with Kairos and Rebecca, so that actually drove up the quality of it a great bit. Although there was no character progression, well, uh, I, there was a bit of character progression with Kairos actually realizing that even though he did fuck up, then he could still be a father to Rebecca because that's what she wants. But there really wasn't any character progression. But overall, it was a great chapter because it did stretch the feelings. So I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. Peace.